discussing related to our requesting, you requesting for collaborating in terms of joint research in the form of matching grant research. Before we start our discussion, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I think Prof. Ismail and also Dr. Azalena already know me because in the previous we already met in at IIUM. So my name is Nursyahan Dayani. As the Director of International Affairs in Universitas Potensi Utama, and then with us also join with us our Dean, the Dean of English Language Education, Dr. Azhari Peswondo, and our say something, our Dean, Dr. Azhari, can you hear me?
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Nice seeing you, Prof.
Okay. And then we also invite Dr. Annie Maisaro as our head of English department. Dr. Annie, please say something.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Professor Ismail and Dr. Azalena, nice to meet you today. Hoping our collaboration will run well. Okay, thank you.
Amin, amin.
I will also invite the Director of Research and Community Services, Mr. Edi. To Mr. Edi, please say something. Pak Edi. Okay, so I think Pak Edi is still outside Prof. Ismail. And then we also invite our researcher, our main researcher, Miss Risa. Miss Risa, can you hear me?
Yes, of course, it's audible.
Yeah, okay. So now I think from the side of Dr. Azalena, please you introduce from your side.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. And good afternoon to all. Okay, Dr. Nursha, Sister Risa, Dr. Aini, Prof. Ashari, Dr. Misha, yeah? Dr. Misha. Okay, if I address all. Okay, so we are happy to be able to meet today. So hopefully we will have a fruitful discussion, inshallah. Okay, so I am Dr. Nora Aslina. Actually, I am from teaching Arabic unit, but I am the head of the department because our department, under our department, we have two programs, TESOL and TESOL, teaching Arabic and teaching English. So me actually from TESOL unit, but again, I'm here today with you on my capacity as a head of department. So Alhamdulillah, okay, I think our dean maybe has another meeting, so she might not be able to be with us. Anyways, it's okay. We will share with her in it because in principle she is quite positive with this collaboration. Okay, so I would like to invite our program leader, English TESOL program leader, Prof. Dr. Ismail Sheikh Ahmad. Okay, to say something. Yes, Prof.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To our doctors, brothers, sisters in Indonesia. Well, I've been informed that we need to collaborate in conducting research right here in IIUM and perhaps another one at UPU. Is it UPU, right?
Yeah, Prof.
Right, UPU. All right. Now, the concern is if we want to collaborate in terms of research in the context of English, because in Malaysia, English is asal, English as a second language. I believe in Indonesia it is AFL. Right. Correct me, I'm wrong, because I think I got this somehow information coming from my previous students from Indonesia. Right. We may want to narrow down, perhaps. I want to listen from your perspective, what would be your suggested topics, so that our part here in IIUM, we can always align. We can always, fine-tuning your proposed topic so that we are always heading towards one particular direction. That would be a fruitful kind of research. So what's happening in Indonesia, perhaps in terms of teaching methodology, or perhaps teacher training, or perhaps some other topics like integrating technology in English teaching and learning and whatnot. So we can always working in tandem, and hopefully will be a fruitful, both topics or both research will be fruitful for our students in particular, because our aim will always be the end learners, the learners who are actually receiving the instruction, receiving the knowledge. I hope if you can share on your perspective, what would be your suggested topic? I think we can narrow down to specific topics so that we can, prepare ourselves. Over here, I think it's not an issue anymore because the dean has actually recommended for the grant. We have our own grant. The name of the grant is Hasan Langgulung. Maybe you are not familiar with Hasan Langgulung. Hasan Langgulung, he used to be from Sulawesi, right? And he settled down in Malaysia. The very first dean of our kuliah of education, the late Professor Hasan Langgulung, a philosopher, a psychologist, a philosopher, especially in Islamic education. Right. So I pass it back to Dr. Nursha, is it?
Nursha.
Nursha, yeah. All right.
Yeah, doctor. Yeah, yes, Prof. Okay. Thank you, Prof. But now let's jump into the next our next agenda. Our main agenda is the discussion on the topic for our matching grant research. So we try to scope and we try to limit our topic for this both university, IIUM and also UPU. And now for the first perspective, I would like to invite our researcher, Miss Risa. Miss Risa, please give your perspective related to the topic that we are going to conduct research together. Miss Risa, time is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Handa. Hello, Prof. Ismail. Nice to
Hello,
meet you
hello.
today. Yeah. Okay. My name is Risa Anggraini. So in this occasions, I've mandated to lead our research, inshallah. So actually, right now in Indonesia, we have a new curriculum which we call it as Merdeka curriculum, if you're familiar with it. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's happening right now because it's like it's combinations between student-centered and then creativity, innovation, something like that. And then I try to figure out areas about local wisdom. So I'd like to integrate local wisdom with this kind of curriculum, but I'd like to specify into English language teaching, which is concerned on English Poya learners. What do you think about that, Prof. Ismail?
Right. Merdeka curriculum somehow being practiced in primary and secondary schools in Indonesia, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So is there a shift in paradigms, especially when it comes to the approaches, the philosophy of the Merdeka curriculum focusing on what? Is it communicative? I can sense that communicative approach, right?
Yes, communicative
Yes.
approach.
Right, because a communicative approach is being practiced now in Malaysia. We have been doing that for many, many, many years. So the focus is more towards the language productions, focusing on perhaps now we are focusing on the oral skill, listening and speaking skills, but somehow we are now emphasizing on speaking. This is what we call the 21st century competency, language competency, which is rather crucial, in fulfilling the directions of the language learning, as well as fulfilling the CEFR standard, CEFR, right? Because we are now taking care of CEFR as well as the existing English syllabus in all primary and secondary schools. But when we talk about university syllabus, that is a different thing. Because in IIUM, this university utilize or make full use of only two languages, English and Arabic. So the mode of instruction will not be in Bahasa, it's always English, or perhaps depending on the specialization in Arabic. That is our situation. But in the context of school system in Malaysia, we do have some other subjects, several subjects, primary and secondary, and English is compulsory for both primary all the way to secondary, as the settings. So if you want to go for local wisdom, when you talk about local wisdom, you're talking about cultural perspective, socio-linguistic, socio-linguistic and cultural paradigm, right?
Yes, sure.
That is the dimensions of it. Because when it comes to language, there are about 6 dimensions. Let me share this with you. Number 1, teaching and learning strategies. And number 2, teacher development and pedagogical kind of skill. The third one is technology integration. 4th is about assessment and curriculum. 5th is about sociolinguistics and cultural perspective. And the number 6 is about specialized skills. Specialized skills like concern regarding reading strategies, listening skill, comprehension skills, things that actually have been considered as rather disturbing when it comes to understanding a text. So we tend to, narrow down to some specific skill. But if you want to go for Merdeka curriculum, fine, I'm happy with it. Then if you want to focus on student-centered and trying to talk about innovation, fine. But would it be like exploratory, or you want to do some kind of assessment or evaluations? There are so many things that we can do now.
Yeah. So basically I'd like to I am planning to produce a teaching model as the output for this. So I'd like to make this kind of teaching model for the English teacher, especially those who teach in primary schools, which this model can be used for them to teach in terms of integrating all the local wisdoms in that area. Especially I'd like to specify here, I'd like to take the scope in North Sumatra, Medan, Indonesia. So maybe I'd like to give this as the output for the teacher but maybe if it's possible, maybe for online, both online, offline, things like that.
Right.
So
My suggestion is that because of the very nature of the grant, I do not know, because you are having kind of a 5,000, something like a 5,000. The worth of the grant is about 5,000. Yeah, I do not know how many juta rupiah. I don't know about that. Anyhow, if you want to go for, I believe it's not going to be a national survey or a national study. It will be a kind of focus. It may not be generalized. You can't generalize your model or your module, say teaching module, you know. You may want to
yeah,
focus like a case study. Perhaps you need to
study.
identify specific situations or needs. You can always start with needs analysis.
Yeah,
What is the
sure.
situations? What is the setting? What do they need? And then you may want to go for generating the module and practicing the module and see the differences. It's perhaps quasi-experimental. I'm not very sure of that. Okay, right.
Okay.
Maybe quasi or quasi or quasi-experimental.
Quasi experimental method.
Yeah, it could be because you want to generate a kind of module. Yeah. When you say module or model,
module.
you are testing a
Different
module.
model, yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
module would be, we want to test the effectiveness of the module.
Yes.
Right. I have done that at the national level in Malaysia. I've done that. The effectiveness of integrating ICT across 4 or 5 subjects in Malaysian school. This is a national study, a national survey, and it's not easy. It's challenging because
It
I
takes
did that.
time too.
Yeah, I did that for about 3, maybe 4 subjects, and the idea is about technology integration and really makes a difference. Students, you know, weak student in English in particular, you know, one of the students, I interviewed her. I asked her, how much have you learned based on the material used in the classroom, whereby the teacher make full use of kind of a video, you know, image. The word is simple, teaching vocabulary elements like ascending, descending, right? Naik turun kan? So the girl had no idea the meaning of ascending. But the moment she watched the video, a cartoon walking up a stair, right? Walking upstairs, and then the word appear ascending, she quickly pick it up. I mean, understood the meaning. Exactly. She understood the meaning of ascending as well as descending. So technology integration helps a lot in terms of language learning. I'm just throwing some of my observation in my previous studies. So I don't mind if you want to go for a teaching module. I am happy with it. I can, you know, work with my team to collaborate and to work along that line. But your teaching module is actually more towards the local wisdom, right? The cultural aspect, how we use our local knowledge, local belief, local way of life, and how you utilize those materials in developing language learning. I think that's the best way, actually. Right? So this is a good exposure. I don't mind helping you in that, as well as coming up with more or less the same idea in our faculty, in our kuliah. Perhaps you may want to share with us your proposal so that I can do a little bit of adjustment here and then generate the support team, I mean the team for this particular research. I do not know, because is that the only topic of interest, or perhaps there could be some other topics, I do not know, but I will go along. Okay, I will go along. After all, our budget is not that much, it's about 5,000 ringgit, but we will manage, inshallah. We will help each other. perhaps we may want to travel there, pay a visit, and perhaps having kind of a forum discussion, sharing knowledge, sharing wisdom and whatnot. We can always do that. To be honest, my specialization is reading. Yeah, I spend a lot of my years focusing on reading.
Reading, okay.
Right. But I've been teaching all other subjects: listening, speaking, reading, teaching of
English language teaching ya, Prof?
qualitative research
Oh,
and
okay.
whatnot. So I got students from Indonesia they completed their PhD. I think last one happened to be from Lampung, ya.
Lampung.
Dokter siapa itu? Edi Mardiani. And believe me, I did one or two papers with one master student, undergraduate student, completed her undergraduate in Indonesia, just through friends, and we work out our articles. We produced the article together, and I believe she got a place somewhere in London for her master degree, but I think she was struggling to get scholarship.
Oh, since one of your expertises is qualitative research, I think maybe you know someone, Prof Amirul, maybe you know.
I'm not sure of him, but I have my own, because I'm in the process of generating a particular software. But my software, I would try to imbue or to laden with the Islamic paradigm, where we see qualitative from the Tawhidic perspective, Tawhidic paradigm. In other words, if my students produce themes or main ideas and themes, those themes or main ideas would be linked to authentic hadiths from the Quran, from the Muslim scholars and whatnot. So in other words, when we discuss the findings and whatnot, it will be seen from Islamic paradigm. So that's my my objective. But I have my own materials. In fact, I got two they call it intellectual property, registered intellectual property out of my products, registered under Malaysian intellectual property. I don't mind sharing those skills because I created my own template. I got 13 templates and I don't mind, In fact, I've been doing that for several universities in Palestine, in Uganda, and then some other, students as well as workshops locally. Yeah. I don't mind if you want to talk about it. I can, I have it online with UPU. I can in fact visit there and spend a couple of days and teach my knowledge.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, to be honest, first I prepare for the R&D for my research methodology, but then as my second option or plan B, I also I'm thinking a lot about qualitative research, to be honest. So according to you, which one is better? Should I focus on R&D or should I use the qualitative research? Which one is much better?
You need to see to identify the needs in any curriculum design, or perhaps in material design. But let's say talking about any curriculum, you need to start thinking of what are the needs. What do you want to do? Who will be your targeted audience? Because I've been teaching this. In fact, I have produced fantastic students who actually produce and winning. They won the award, national award, for their so-called ideas on their curriculum. Let's say curriculum for the university's workers. The workers, the workers would like to learn language. So she produced a particular curriculum for the workers. and that would require the very first step understanding the needs of the learners. It is up to you, because if you want to go into research method, then you need to develop that within your UUPU. Maybe you want to enhance the importance of qualitative research on top of quantitative, right? Perhaps you want to investigate into mixed method design, because there are always been cases of students, producing their master's thesis or PhD thesis, they abuse mixed method, right? Or you want to delve and dive into language issues based on the needs of the nation. Perhaps Merdeka curriculum would like to emphasize, I don't know, I'm not very sure of the detail. I'm guessing they want to produce students who are equipped with basic language skills, but being able to communicate, be able to talk, right? So perhaps that would be the direction. Or perhaps, let's say in the context of Malaysia, we have been running a particular program in all primary and secondary schools known as NILAM.
NILAM?
NILAM is an acronym for Nadi Ilmu Melalui Amalan Membaca. We have been doing that for many years, helping through program, but given whereby we want to instill the reading culture.
Prof, it's actually in line with the Merdeka curriculum, because in this program we also run a program that's called numeracy and then literacy.
Right.
Literacy.
So the concern is about reading culture, budaya membaca, right? Because that is part and parcel of our Malaysian national agenda. We encourage our learners. They have series of events, series of procedures. It's a program, So all teachers, all schools, regardless of primary, secondary, they must produce results in terms of the students' attitudes towards reading, because this is what we call budaya membaca. Budaya ilmu. Budaya ilmu, budaya membaca. So they develop that from primary all the way to secondary, hoping that they can become avid reader. They can become good reader. They love knowledge. They go seek knowledge through reading in particular. And it has to do with the Iqra culture. Iqra, the surah Al-Iqra. Bacalah dengan Tuhan yang menjadikan, that is what we're trying to instill. I've been doing that. So way back, I can't remember, maybe about 10 years ago, so I did a national survey on the effectiveness of NILAM for the whole nation. For the whole nation, we conducted that. But we face so many challenges, but Alhamdulillah, we are progressing. So if you want to talk about Merdeka curriculum in the context of focusing on one of the language skills, just focus one, trying to, understand the issue on reading culture. That could be a beginning. After all, in the surah you said mention about Iqra, bacalah. Okay? Dia tak kata dengarlah, dia start dengan Iqra, bacalah. So it has to do with the importance of reading, budaya membaca. Is it part and parcel in Indonesian primary and secondary schools or what not? And what do they understand by budaya? What kind of materials? Those are the things that we can investigate. Bahan apa yang dibaca? Adakah dia lebih kepada membaca online, handphone, atau hanya dia spend masa, membuang masa dengan TikTok dia, dengan Facebook dia, dengan what not right. But in the end, it doesn't develop their reading culture. Bahan apa yang dibaca, mengapa mereka tak nak membaca, So those are the things that we can investigate and tell the nation, this is our culture. We have problems now. We need to do something. We need to, So what you can, perhaps I'm suggesting, you can try a particular module or perhaps one small attempt in focused targeted school in developing reading culture, perhaps in the durations of, let's say, 6 bulan. Or maybe you want to do it in 1 year, kan? So tengok selepas after 1 year, based on that reading culture tu, budaya membaca tu, improve tak grammar dia,
Yes.
improve tak writing dia, because they are all interconnected. Dengan
Yes. It's
membaca,
linked.
dia get idea untuk menulis, they have, improve their grammar, improve their vocabulary. So those are the effects of reading.
Alright.
Kesan-kesan membaca.
I see. I got it. Yes. Not prop.
Right. So
Yeah.
those are my observations, opinions, things that I observe in our school system in Malaysia.
Yes.
That's why
It's
we're
it's
doing that.
actually it's in one of my topic list about reading culture, because I intend to take primary schools levels as the participants, and then I think reading is so much better to start from the very beginning level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I always follow your opinion. If you want to go into that, I can always accommodate that. After all, that is my background, reading. And I can even share report, Okay, let me hear. I don't know whether you can see that. Boleh nampak tak?
It's visible. Laporan kajian penilaian.
Ya,
Am I
betul.
right? Yes. Okay.
Laporan kajian penilaian program Nilam. Okay, I'm sorry. So anyway, the book is about laporan kajian penilaian program Nilam. This happened to way back in 2004. Ya, lama dulu. Because after all, I'm already retired. Saya dah besar. Saya is actually on contract basis. Ya, setahun, mula-mula 2 tahun, sekarang saya setahun. Sebab saya dah berumur, berusia. Right? So somehow, I mean, there are several of us from other universities in Malaysia. We come up with this particular report, and we spend about almost like 1.5 years to complete the report. And I don't mind sharing with you what are the challenges that we have faced, what are the teachers' perspective, what are the students' view, what are the problems and whatnot. I don't mind sharing with that. In fact, when I was invited as a keynote speaker in Lampung University, I shared the report to one of the, I can't remember, that guy is like a special advisor to the Ministry of Education in Indonesia. I gave my copy to him if he's interested into inculcating the culture, the reading culture. That is, reading culture doesn't mean that it must be in English. It can be, in Arabic, some other languages. But the most important thing is culture, budaya membaca.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you may want to investigate that. Perhaps you want to introduce a particular, they call it extensive reading program. You try introduce, okay, cuba lihat berubah tak lepas beberapa bulan, berubah tak dari segi kemampuan nahunya atau
Bahasa.
vocabulary-nya, grammar-nya macam mana, ya, barangkali pronunciation-nya, sebutannya, ya, improve, right?
Yes,
Kadang-kadang orang salah sebut, even English teacher pun salah sebut, ya, dan pelajar bila dalam kelas ketawa-ketawa, cikgu salah sebut. One good example, the words SALMON. Okay, orang Melayu kata ikan salmon kan. But in English it's not salmon, it's salmon. L tu tidak disebut.
Yeah.
Dia salmon. Jadi pelajar tengok, cikgu English cakap pun salah. So embarrassing kan. So
Yes.
So in
Okay.
other words, the effect of reading may affect the way they perceive the language, improve their vocabulary, enhance their grammar. I have seen that cases where students who are actually good in reading, they actually perform academically. So because previously they're talking about what socio-economic status kan. Maknanya pencapaian akademik mesti orang-orang yang berkemampuan. Itu dulu dipanggil SES, ya. Ada kaitannya, sekarang tidak. Sekarang yang tidak mampu pun, anak-anak yang dari keluarga yang sukar, yang susah pun masih perform academically. As long as they are given the right inputs, the
Yeah.
right motivation, the right strategies, the right attitude, inshallah, it will change. Okay.
Yes.
So that's my opinion. Maybe you want to rethink about that, and if you decided on make a decision on particular topic, let us know over here, so that we can always adjust ourselves, so that we can always be at tandem. Selari lah, selari gitu.
Yes. Yes,
Right.
yes. I couldn't agree more with your opinion, Prof. Yeah, with your insight and then point of view, because what someone ever say to me that by reading it can open the world. You will
Yes.
know everything.
Right.
Yes. Yes. So if
Dia,
you want,
dia,
the more
dia,
you read, the better
Yeah.
your knowledge, something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like old saying lah kan, adakah sama orang yang berilmu dengan orang yang tidak berilmu? Tak sama. Dan banyaknya ilmu ni daripada membaca. Mendengar, membaca. Ya. But look at the content material. Dia baca apa? Okay. Dia baca apa? What kind of materials?
So, Prof, is expanding to what we have discussed earlier. I think I'm now making decisions. So I think we are going to focus on reading the scope, the skill.
Right.
So maybe the participants I'd like to research is a primary level English for young learners.
Right.
So, but maybe probably I'd like to integrate with local wisdom, something like
Yeah.
that. So
Right.
it will, yes, as the novelty. Yeah. What do you think about it?
I couldn't agree more with that idea. You see, during my primary schools, this one happened to be way back in the 70s or 60s, maybe end of 60s, you know. This in English, they call it New Everyday Classic Reading by Bakers and Thorndike. These are so-called Western values, Western culture, right? If you look at the detail, you know. So it's nothing to do with Malaysian thing. And in fact, there is another one. This one is Tales and Legend, Negara series. This is what, this is, yeah.
Cocktails, yeah.
Yeah, this is not even local. They use, you know, stories coming from all over Asia.
Yes.
So what happened to the local stories?
Yeah.
Local heroes, local fighters, local, yeah. So they need to, they can learn English through local things.
Yes, that's what I
They
mean.
can
Yeah.
develop that. Yeah. It doesn't mean that they ignore foreign materials. It doesn't matter, but you can always develop using your strength, the strength of the culture, the strength of the everyday life.
Yes.
You can internalize that. I do not know, because somehow it remind me of Professor Dairabi Kamil when he did a study
Dairabi?
in Dairabi.
I think I know.
Yeah, because he happened to be my supervisee. So I supervise his PhD.
From Jambi?
From Kerinci, Jambi, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So
know him.
he did a study in terms of problem faced by teachers. I think the Kerinci district being given the autonomy by the government to run their own syllabus, English syllabus. Yeah. So in terms of the teachers' readiness, are the teachers ready? Are the students ready? What would be the materials? What would be the resources? How are the things should be taught? You know, that's important. Okay, perhaps you may want to get inputs from Professor Dairabi Kamil. Yeah, I supervised him. I can't remember, a long time ago. but he's very productive.
But I don't have any access to Dr. Professor Dairabi right now
I will share. Don't worry.
because I have moved to another city right now. I'm not living in Jambi anymore. I live in another province, Medan,
All
right
right.
now.
But
Yes.
I will share Prof. Dairabi Kamil's phone number. Don't worry, because he's very helpful. He's very helpful, and he knows a lot of the situation in the primary and secondary when it comes to EFL in Indonesia.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right. Correct. Okay.
All right. So I think you can always suggest you have to share with us your finalized proposal. So based on your proposal, I will do a little bit of amendment, adjustment here and there, so that we can work together in tandem. And I don't mind, conducting a workshop for your lecturers, perhaps your teachers of UPU when it comes to qualitative research.
I see. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Prof.
Okay.
Prof.
Wah, you pakai OBE juga national tu nampak tu dan any Maisarah ni National Index Kematangan OBE outcome based. Outcome
Yes,
based.
Prof. Yeah.
Yeah. In Malaysia we have all sort of things. We have been doing all sort of OBE, you name it.
Okay.
Because it's the all degrees in Malaysian university, bachelor's, master's and whatnot, falls under one bigger agency known as MQA, Dr. Azlina, Malaysian Qualification Agency, is it? Yeah, that's the one that control every degree program, because they macam sama rata lah. If you graduate from
Yes.
University A, okay, the product is more or less the same with University B. Dia macam tu dia control.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I pass it back to who's the chairperson tadi? Nur Shah.
Yes, Nurkia.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Ismail. Prof, I have question related to this matching grant research. So, Prof, for this collaboration, our proposal will be 2 proposals or 1 proposal, Prof?
What do you mean when you say 2 proposal? Maksudnya apa? 2 proposal tu apa?
The 2 proposal means that 1 proposal from us, but in the proposal or in the journal later on, there will be 3 there will be 3 researcher from UPU and 2 researcher from IIUM, and then 1 proposal, the co-researcher from IIUM, 3 researchers from IIUM, and 2 researchers from UPU, Prof.
All right, maybe Dr. Azlina, you may want to react to that. I don't mind, because as long as we conduct the research, you can have many proposals, but the issue is whether you have the budget, and itu je. Because kita nak bergerak kan, we want to print out materials, nak pergi movement tu dia ada budget. So maybe Dr. Azlina can iron it out, work it out with apa tadi, Madam Dr. Nusha, Andiania.
Okay. As of okay, is it going to be 2 proposal? I think I need to discuss with the dean also, Prof.
Yeah.
So we try to come to the best practice, yeah, so that it will be a win-win situation. Everyone will get the same benefit, yeah, from a different perspective lah.
Yeah. I don't mind helping Dr. Risa Anggraini. You can put me as advisor in your proposal. I don't mind. I can help. I'm more than happy to do that. I can even suggest something, so that we can. I mean, the proposal is productive. That is most important thing. Because dia nak buktikan nanti at the end of the day, nanti nak buktikan pada to the university, but beyond than university. If you try this, it can actually develop students' reading behavior. we can, try, make changes. In fact, that's the very purpose of our existence. Wujudnya kita ni, existence ni, is to bring changes. Because the community, the people, the society, they are looking at us. Yeah, the word is menara gading kan. I think you know menara gading. Menara gading, apa you buat? Ya, kami ada masalah. Kami ada masalah language skills, Arabic language skill, English language skills. Tapi apa you buat? You orang-orang ilmuwan ada ilmu. Kan? Sebab tu Al-Ghazali ada kata ilmu yang berguna, ilmu yang bermanfaat. Ilmu yang diamalkan. Jadi ilmu kita amalkan, sebarkan ilmu. Spread the knowledge and develop wisdom. Okay? And that would answer the issue on not accountability, they call it, there's a term for that, not sustainability, they call it, there's one term for that. When you engage yourself with the community, that will give value to the knowledge itself as well as to the society. Yeah, that's the very purpose of university. In Malay, we call it, kalau ular menyusuri akar, akan hilang tak bisanya. The Malay proverb, I think you have heard of that, right? Ular menyusuri akar, tak akan hilang bisanya. Right? That's the meaning of it. So that is the very purpose of the existence of institution, higher learning institution. Right? All right. So we will listen. I think Dr. Azlina will, coordinate, perhaps
Yes.
get information more in terms of your proposal. We will play along with your proposal. You prepare it, you share with us, then we will, modify, change, or perhaps do some kind of from our perspective, from our paradigm, then we share with you. Then we can reach a consensus. I think we can do that. It's not a big hurdle to do that. Yeah. Will be very interesting. Pengalaman UPU dan IIUM melaksanakan program budaya membaca ya, di sekolah yang terpilih. Nak tengok apa impact dia. Right? So that would be a win-win, We can share knowledge. This is our experience in Malaysia. This is our experience in Indonesia. By the way, UPU is located in which kabupaten? Kabupaten mana ni?
We are in North Sumatra Province, Prof, in Medan City. So
Medan.
we are in
Right.
yes, Medan City. So
Right.
it's quite close to Malaysia. We just need around 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, especially to Pulau Pinang. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prof,
Orang-orang yang sugih di Indonesia kalau berobat sakit, mereka terbang ke
to Penang.
Pinang, Penang, ke Melaka, ke Johor Bahru, ya. Yeah.
And then we can also make a comparison, Prof, like comparative research between Malaysia and Indonesia in terms of this perspective.
Because the generations, when you talk about future generations, kita nak generasi yang macam mana? What kind of generations? Generation yang berilmu, right? But we do not prepare them to be ilmuwan, right? We are always happy with, when they graduated, when they completed their study in primary, secondary school, they become workers and they work and whatever. Perhaps we want to develop right from the beginning budaya ilmu tu. So the so-called knowledge culture from the very beginning, so that regardless what they do after they have completed their bachelor's atau sekolah dasar ataupun sekolah menengah dan sebagainya, they have that reading, budaya membaca, the reading culture or budaya ilmu. So as to speak, that's my opinion. So I think I just wait. I just tunggu your team, your UPU to come up with that proposal. All right.
Yes. Okay. So we wait for the proposal, and then once we receive, Okay, so we will come up with our own proposal, or anyway, I will also discuss about this matter with the team.
Right. Agree. Yeah. I have no problem.
Dr. Azlena, do you have your draft of proposal, your own draft of proposal, so we can move our proposal to your draft?
Okay, or
Yeah,
maybe
we
we
do.
can, why not we, we agree, so we agree on something. So is it about reading as proposed by Prof? So that if we want to draft something, let us agree on yes what
All right.
one, yes,
I know
one
what
general thought.
right. I know what you're trying to say. Maybe I'm suggesting developing extensive reading. Is it program or is it extensive reading program, perhaps? Developing extensive reading program in primary school. Yeah, but utilizing the so-called local wisdom. Kan tadi Dr. Risa tadi dah cakap tadi benda tu, ya. Right. So maybe want to capture on that. But in the Indonesian context is rather unique because it is within the curriculum of the Merdeka curriculum, right? But in Malaysia, we don't use the term Merdeka curriculum. We use
Curriculum
Sukatan Pelajaran
KSSM, Prof. Yes.
KSSM.
Yeah.
KSSM. Kalau sekolah rendah, KSSR.
Yes.
Yeah.
Curriculum standard, curriculum standard sekolah menengah, curriculum standard sekolah rendah. Okay, that one we have for our national curriculum.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, anyway, okay, do you agree with the scope? Yeah, we agree on the scope first.
Yeah, I do agree, Dr. Azlina.
Right. Let me share this with you. I can't remember when was that. It was quite some time ago. I tried the so-called extensive reading program with Professor Ratnawati in schools in 3 states, in Selangor, in Perak, and Pahang. Can't remember the number of schools, perhaps 10 schools. And we tried that for 6 months. About within 6 months to 1 year, we traveled to the schools and we trained the teachers how to go about developing reading culture. Okay, you just imagine Form 1 student, Form 1 tu sekolah di Indonesia tak tahu tingkatan berapa, umur 13 tahun. Form 1 students, the very first time I met the students, I asked basic questions like, can you please raise your right hand? I give instruction in English. 45 student yang angkat tangan kanan 3 orang je. Bayangkan, this is a rural school, sekolah luar bandar. 3 orang aja. And the next question is, please step your right foot on the floor 3 times. Maknanya hentak kaki di lantai, kaki kanan 3 kali. 2 orang je yang buat. What does it mean? They have problem with vocabulary. Okay? Race, they tak tahu the word race. Then I observed some other problems. It happened to be dominated by one particular community. The moment they see a word on a page, katalah the word to, let's say the word wisdom, dia tak tahu makna wisdom tu, they go for dictionary. Okay, the dictionary happened to be in Mandarin. Dia tulis perkataan Mandarin. So one full page tu penuh dengan all the words in Mandarin. Kesian tak? So you just imagine, nak baca 2 paragraph, kan, would take around how many? Half an hour? In reality, kalau dia duduk for exam, dia sit for the examination, they're going to fail. Kan? Sepatutnya dia speed reading lah. If you come across a difficult word in reading, what should be done? Nak buat macam mana? Nak panik ke atau ada strategisnya? Jadi semua ni skill. Kalau jumpa perkataan susah nak buat apa? Apa nak pakai apa? What knowledge to use? How to go about doing it? Macam mana jangan hilang fokus? Yeah, those are the things yang being seen problematic. But at the end of the program, they improve a lot. In fact, we invited them to the university. Datang ke UIA ni datang. They were like surprised. Wow, this is university. Nak belajar apa? I want to go for engineering. I want to go for architecture. They're exploring. But we develop the basic skills in when it comes to grammar, when it comes to vocabulary. And in fact, the teacher pun kata yes. Dia kata, I surprised now the students learn a lot on vocabulary. You know what's one of the hurdles in reading? Because of poor vocabulary. Yeah. Sebab tu Nabi Adam tahu semua nama kan. It's not only the tree. Dia tahu the branches, dia tahu the twigs, dia tahu the roots. They can even name specific name. That's vocab lah. Kan? Kuasa ilmu tu, kuasa nahu tu, kuasa vocab. I'm sorry to say that in bahasa, but I think if we want to prove certain things, we need to demonstrate. We come up with our module, test the module, and see the differences. Barulah orang angkat tangan kayu. Yes, I think you have proven right. And maybe that's the moment that you can expand the idea. Yeah, right. Anything more? Maybe dah cukup kot, dah pukul 4 dah.
Yes,
Small clock.
Dr. Nursha.
I think something wrong with the connection, Prof, because she's not here. Yes, she's not here. Connection problem, I guess.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, it's audible, Dr.
Okay.
Azulina.
So, as for today, I think we have come to an agreement on not topic but scope. Yeah, scope.
Yeah.
Scope of research.
Anything more? Or should we because my house is quite a distance from the university.
Yeah, I
It'll
think
be like 1 hour from my because my house is at the foothill of Genting Island.
I see.
Yeah. So when I open my door, I can see the sky of Genting Island.
Oh.
But if I travel by car, it will be like 30 minutes. So the environment is green and it's cool. Right. The cool
Very
environment.
natural, yeah, Prof. Still very
Yes.
natural.
But I rarely travel to Genting Island, although it's not that far, you know. And if you go top to Genting Island, it will be definitely cool, especially during this month. Sejuk ya, sejuk banget ya. Di Genting Island ya.
I think from UPU enough, Prof, if there's some question, I think we are going to drop to the WhatsApp group, Prof.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Communicate, yeah.
later we discuss in the WhatsApp group.
Inshallah.
Okay, Prof.
But we have agreed on the scope, you know, but these are the things that you need to investigate. Right. Oh, by the way, in Indonesia, are you given the authority to run your dipanggil? It's known as empowering from the Ministry of Education. It's like they're giving you the autonomy to run your own English program. Is it true? Diberi kuasa, diberi autonomy to generate your own syllabus your own design, your own needs, or is it still centralized?
No, actually, Prof, every single our